Made it to the truck. When I got down, I went over to the arrow, got the arrow, and come to find out that the knock was off the arrow, and the arrow on the back side was split. Get back to camp, I'll show you guys. That might be the factor. Must have came off the fucking bow. I'm using these Luminox. I've shot the bow a couple times with these arrows with the Luminox, but for some reason the arrow wasn't stuck in the ground. It was laying on top of the ground. So I'm gonna get back to camp. If I have to, I'll change out the nocks back to normal. And I used them last year, the exact same knock last year in the Ohio hunt, and shot perfectly fine. Like I said, I shot Wednesday when I got out of work with them, make sure they were gonna fly good, and well, guess we'll get to camp and see what Elvin thinks and go from there. And ran into town, take a shower, pay some bills, get some fuel in the truck. Rained all morning, so I think Jake was the only one out of the group. I think Ashton might have went out, but Elvin had to go in for emergency tree job, I do believe. So heading back into camp. Check out, see what the wind does here. This is bow camp with Kevin from Deer Hunter Podcast. It's been a good time so far. Me personally, I'm waiting on the wind, see where I'm going tonight. I got a big buck I've had for about 4.5 years old, or 4.5 years of pictures, and he just showed up this past week. Showed up again Thursday night, but the wind's been not the greatest for that spot, and I don't want to screw it up for rifle season either. So if I do hunt that with the bow, it's going to be the perfect wind. Right now we got a southwest wind, and just isn't right for my big buck spot. So anyways, see who else shows up to camp. I'm going to try to work my way down to the Latitude guys today and touch base with them. We've been just back and forth, and then might break out the podcast gear, if anything, get a couple numbers. But alright, stay tuned. We got tonight and tomorrow morning to hunt.
You know, it's way out of our comfort zone. We've never done anything like that. We've never even filmed a hunt, so it's been a huge learning experience for us. And
you guys are doing pretty good as of right now, I think. Anyways, we all like it.
Yeah.
Everybody we bump into is like, hey, do you guys watch this yet? Oh yeah, we're on that too. We're watching.
Oh, cool. Thank you. Yeah, these guys are. This is Joey. He films for us. D-Rock over here, and Aaron, who was here last night. Yeah, I mean, I love the whole camp thing. Yeah. Like, I love the collaboration. So anytime you guys want to do something like that, let us know.
Yeah.
And we try and get our schedule together, early, but you know how that goes.
Well, I just met Alex from Latitude there. Talked with him, and pretty good guy. So make sure you guys go and hit their subscribe button or like button. They're laid back guys just like we are, so that's pretty cool. Touch base with him. We're kind of going to be hunting in the same area, so we wanted to swap numbers. So if he gets anything, he can get a hold of me. Just around the corner. So yeah, pretty cool guys here. Everybody here is friendly, down to earth. It's a good camp. Wait for the boys to show up. Get my things situated, because I might change stuff up a little bit to hike into that spot. Stay tuned. So we're heading in. I'm coming in over the top to this Oak Ridge through one of my clear cuts. I'm not hunting my big clear cut. That's more for rifle and for the rut. Those does will bring them bucks out. So I got the bee stand on the back, hiking 2 miles in, hunting the backside of my clear cut on the Oak Ridge. There's two white oaks up in there that I know of.
haven't really paid attention. I usually don't pay attention that much. Trying to keep an eye out right now because Elvin was back in here, and he ended up seeing my buck right up here where we're walking to right now. So I'm just taking it nice and slow, stopping on occasion, just take a glance, because he was walking normal and walked right up on him. So got the wind, it's noisy, it's cool. First cold front of the year. Setting up my camera right now. Like I said, I'm gonna sit tonight, possibly tomorrow morning, but I'm also came in here to put more cameras up. So I got this camera on this brand new rub on the edge of a clear cut. Just a small clear cut, real tiny. It's right on the edge. I don't see any more but this one, and there's no leaves in it. We got full service on the camera. That's why I like that Tacticam. It shows me right there. I can push that test button. I just gotta make sure nobody messes with the cameras. Taking off from camp right now, but I just wanted to give you a second here and show you this arrow. I don't know if you guys can see that. I'm driving down the road, but the arrow cracked from here this way when I missed that doe. And this is a brand new arrow. I shot maybe 6 times before I shot at that doe. So shot my other arrows. My arrows are shooting fine, everything. But yeah, that's what the arrow looked like when I went and picked it up after shooting after a doe. You can see it in the film that the arrow just like right in front of her and just laid down. It literally just picked the arrow off the ground. It wasn't even stuck in the ground or anything. But things that happen in the woods. I'm just happy it wasn't a big buck or anything, and it was just a doe. But we're heading out of camp right now. I'm following Elvin back to town, and great food, great people, good time. Can't wait for next year. Shout out to everybody at camp. Until next time.